Please welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You and I thought to share where this video is actually going very on the social platform concerning this attorney and the black dude who actually have this comeback, and somebody was actually on a live. A pan-colored woman has come out to talk about how black people should actually manage getting bullied. Like, they should remember back in days where they actually got bullied as a black person. There was a way at which they reacted then, you know compared to how they are reacting now. Everything was not actually resort to the way at which Anthony and the other dude resorted, and this actually got people reacting, especially from the black community, and I was able to put on some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. All right, lovelies, let's dive into it.
What? You know, what happened to back in the day when, like, if somebody was being bullied, they would just fight. There would just be a fist fight. Somebody would get lumped up a little bit. Somebody would move on. And then on to the next thing.
Yeah, back in the day, right? You got a problem, just square up. Duke it out, and it's all done, right? Wrong. March 2024. A little girl named Kaylee Gaines, who was a problem in her school, known for fighting and bullying other kids, was suspended. Well, Kaylee Gaines was suspended in the process of bullying a little black girl. Kaylee Gaines returns to the school while she is suspended and decided that she was going to pick a fist fight with that little black girl. Kaylee Gaines hit that little black girl, and that little black girl defended herself with her hands. And she beat her ass. She beat that girl's ass. And there are many witnesses that said that little black girl had been bullied by Kaylee Gaines for quite a while. And this little black girl was an honor student, excelled in Spanish. Everybody loved her. Stable home environment. She's a real sweetheart. She got fed up. Actually, she couldn't avoid it anymore. Kaylee Gaines damn near cornered her, and she responded. She defended herself. Do you know what happened to that little black girl? They charged that little black girl with felony assault. Kaylee Gaines had a history of fighting in school and bullying students, so much so that she was suspended. She came to the school while on suspension and started a fight. And that little black girl, who will remain nameless because that baby's been dragged through the mud, that little black girl defended herself and ended up charged with a goddamn felony. You can say whatever you want. Think however you want to think. But we're living these black lives. Our children are suffering because they are defending themselves against your children. That little black girl who had her whole life ahead of her now has a felony conviction for defending herself against a little white girl who thought she was a badass and again fucked around and found out. So yeah, squaring up like back in the day, that sounds all fine and good, unless you're a black kid defending yourself. Try again.
What?
And would you look at this? You do realize that this is an extremely high profile case, right? Where the presiding judge is receiving death threats from your types. The Anthony family is having to relocate because of your death, which is interesting, seeing as how you all like to pretend like you're the peaceful ones. This shit right here is indeed a threat of violence. So when the FBI contacts you about your online threats of violence, they're talking about this post right here, and I'm the motherfucker that reported you. Fam, I suggest you do the same. And you don't need to know shit about them. All you need is the fucking username. They think they're wise reporting our videos to TikTok. Report these motherfuckers to the FBI. Gloves off. Game on. Read this comment right here. For all of you white women out there that say things like, why can't we build unity amongst women? And this is a woman's fight and we all need to be in this together. Join with us. I'm a safe space. Blah fucking blah. And black women look at you and say, I don't trust you. This girl right here, your girl, is exactly fucking why. We don't know which one of y'all's fucking think like this, but we know plenty of you do. And rather than take a chance and allow the enemy into our folds, we will reject you all. Your girl right here has sympathy for a man that sexually assaulted a woman that looks like you because she wants to see a black child. Let me repeat that. This European American woman can show sympathy to the assaulter of white women, but wants to see a black child. Why would we trust you? You will mercy and protect the very men that violate you. Now she served her fucking purpose and I'm gonna block her because I don't want that type of shit anywhere near me. And this is TikTok. You can't reach out and touch people here. But I want you to think about that when you're making calls for unity to black women. Learn how to fucking spell. Jesus. You know that little red squiggly line under all them words you're typing? That's the indicator that you misspelled them. Baby, spell check is your friend. Now, who the fuck are you referring to as gal? I'm a grown-ass black woman. So are all my friends. You ain't gonna build no unity referring to black women as gals. You might get your ass whooped now. And that ain't a threat, baby. That's a warning. How much sympathy have you shown Carmelo Anthony's mother? How much? Because you're another one of those that likes to hop from post to post being grossly disrespectful. You hadn't shown that woman 1 ounce of fucking sympathy. As a matter of fact, you've already condemned her son to death. You don't want unity. You want people to just let you do the nasty shit you do. And you're right, you ain't gonna be able to do that with me or none of my friends. Spell check is your friend. God damn it, quit treating it like an enemy. God damn, learn how to...
I got a couple questions for you. And the lady who posted this, the beautiful lady who posted this, I don't know about that story, and I'm definitely going to go and do my homework and read up on it, and I would like to know about it, but she's absolutely right. My question would be, was George Zimmerman bullying a 17-year-old boy when he was chasing him for no good reason whatsoever because he was wearing a hoodie? Trayvon squared up with him to fight. And when Trayvon squared up with him to fight and he started beating his ass, what did George Zimmerman do? Or how about Derek Chauvin and those other 3 officers who put their knee on the neck of George Floyd? Do you think that was bullying? Do you think that it's bullying to be able to basically hide behind a badge? Do you think that it's bullying when you see these police officers walk up to people and ask them for their ID for no good apparent reason? And even though it's against the law to do that, but only to exert a dominance that comes with that badge over a person, an innocent person who's just walking down the street or whatever the case may be. That directly correlates with Derek Chauvin and what actually happened. And to notice that the other 3 officers who actually assisted in that process, nothing happened to them. Now, would you say that was bullying and taking advantage of your power? Or watching Daniel Penny on camera fight someone who was the size of Michael Jackson, because this guy impersonates Michael Jackson, who was also special needs, only because you knew you can beat him? Why? Why in the world could I go down your page and not see you talk about any of that? What would prompt you to actually make this statement now? Daniel Penny was not even a year ago that he was in court. Why now would you say something in regards to this shit happening? You all go out your way to address this and make it about race, whether it's direct or implied. Okay, the black dudes who are speaking up against someone who has not gone through the process and telling fabricated stories and stories that have not been confirmed, so on and so forth. I need y'all to understand and hear what I'm saying. Those guys have reduced it to race. Even one guy that I responded to, who never responded to me back, would go off and say something as if black men get off on these charges all the time. You all are hustling and scrambling to make this about race. And this was about 2 kids that had a disagreement for whatever the reason. And I say for whatever the reason because we don't really fucking know. We only know what we're going to be told, and you motherfuckers who have castigated this young man. You have said things that have not been confirmed. You have gone on this app and made this into a thing. I want y'all to know that for the first 3, 4, maybe 5 days, this shit was just, it wasn't even lukewarm. It was just people just mentioning it here and there. And as that shit started to spread, you started to hear more and more information coming out about the fact that his family bought a house and all of this dumb shit, all of this shit. And all of these things run parallel. The money that is collected and so on and so forth. It all runs parallel to those 3 individuals that I just mentioned prior to me getting into this. And then those of you who aren't black, who are still coming at him, and it makes me wonder the fact that you didn't address these gentlemen, but you're addressing this. It's by default that you make yourself look racist as fuck.
So we just gonna keep what's the word I'm looking for? Being contradictive. We're just gonna keep being contradictive. And to be honest with you, I don't see how you can sit up there and say whatever happened to people just fighting when y'all would catch black people by themselves and unalive them. Y'all would do anything to justify all the dirty shit that y'all about. I did a live earlier
And I was calling out the cowards. And that was at 4:21 p.m. yesterday on a Friday. It is 2:11 a.m. on a Saturday. The only question I have for any and every Caucasian was, why do you hate black people? Y'all don't get it. We weren't the ones being, y'all weren't the ones being lynched in the 1700s, the 1900s, hell, the 2000s. Ain't nobody putting y'all on trees and lynching y'all with ropes. Ain't nobody just cutting off y'all body parts. Ain't nobody just unaliving y'all asses and doing things to y'all body parts. Y'all pull this security type of hidden card to where, oh, let's just talk it out. Ain't no more talking. We tried that. Remember? We had activists for that. We had Martin Luther King. We had Rosa Parks. We had Harriet Tubman. We had Malcolm X. We had Maya Angelou. We had Bill Cosby. We had a lot of activists. Bill Cosby was an activist back then. We had the Black Panthers, Fred Hampton. We had that. And no more talking. Remember, y'all president just stripped the 1965 Act. So ain't no more talking. Shut the fuck up. Ain't no more talking. Ain't no more bullying. Shut the fuck up. We didn't unalive all our black activists. Those the ones that was talking. Those the ones that was fighting. We ain't gonna. Those days is done and over with. You get what you dished out. What's the old saying go? You get what you give out. You gave your hate, now you're receiving it back. And he ain't gonna be the only one. It's gonna be more stories. And they're gonna be live and direct. Cause y'all gonna learn to leave our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, and even us. Leave us alone. Don't lie on us. Don't talk about us.
News where we're live, local, and shade making. Y'all go back and watch my sister's video. She did amazing. But allow me to break her down some more, sis, because I can't stitch or duet her. She got the comments off. She didn't let nobody say nothing because she know what was going to be said. Allow me to say it to her. Do you know when they stopped just throwing hands, ma'am? When your kids start bringing AR-15s and fucking machine guns into schools. When your kids started bringing pistols and book bags to school. Yeah, black kids might have been shown on TV with guns in our book bags and all that good shit. But we will at least wait till we got fucking homes to be using them. Your kids said, I'm coming to school with them. And I'm going to make a martyr of everyone. That's where they went. They stopped that when your kids pulled Columbine. They stopped that when your kids were pulling church unalivings. They stopped that when the 450 mass unalivings in schools have taken place in the last 10 years. Yeah, ain't nobody just throwing hands no more, baby. Yours ain't been throwing hands since. Yours throw bullets. At least this kid had a cleat sharpener. He had the least damaging object. Yours had full body damaging objects. And you have the nerve to ask what happened. Just stupid, silly. powdered pigeon. Don't know what you got going on. But I know what I can tell you. You can hold those McNuggets. Not you, sis. Your video was great. I appreciate your content. Thank you so very much for the love that you allowed me to do this. I just wanted to say
It's
something
actually
to her.
this
Peace.
video that have been on the social platform for a very, very long time. I think it happens about 2 weeks back where this Anthony and Camelo incident occurred. Anthony, I think he's actually a pan-colored, boy or child who is actually known for his bullying stuff, and he came in contact with this, with Kamala, who decided that he was not going to take any sort of bullying from anyone anymore, despite the fact that he's actually a black child, right? And one thing led to the other. Anthony was actually unalived, and people are demanding justice, especially people that they bank color people. They are all making this based on race, like trying to turn everything around, like asking for justice. Now, this has actually sparked a lot of conversation between the black community and also pan colored people. Like, it's the same pan colored people are standing for. Like, the thing is that nobody is actually justifying the fact that you have the right to, end someone. No, but the thing is that if things are not done properly, that is how all of the result that people are getting now is being shown. This has everything to do with the system, the way at which you raise these kids. Okay, let's just take for instance the video I stitched yesterday about this pan-colored woman who decided that it was so nice of her to bully and use the N-word on a 5-year-old autistic child. Okay, like that autistic child now, do you expect this autistic child to come and defend himself, you know? And the worst part is that this pan colored one is aiding, benefiting out of this autistic child. So now this pan colored woman on the set stitch I'm stitching, talking about how people, what happens during the time when you get bullied and you get to fight. Like, that time is not now anymore. And the thing is that when you get to fight, you as a black person will be charged. I think all of these things has everything to do with the way at which the system has, made it to be. And parents also have a lot of things to do with all of the things happening between black and white children. Like, you need to raise your offspring or your child to make this child understand that bullying has consequences. You bullying someone, you might get away with it, but there's a point in life that you might not even get away bullying someone. Like, and the thing is that this generation, especially the way at which the history has made it look, this generation does not want to take anything from anyone anymore. So it's actually you need to learn how to install some values to your offspring, to people that you're dating, and try to make them understand that it's not right to bully someone, and also try to make them understand that you cannot go to school or whatever with something that is so sharp. So it's actually believed that this dude, who happens to be a black boy, was on the under this, like he came under a tent, and some group of white boy, which Anthony was the head of this, a little bit of gathering, was telling him to leave the tent. And when Camilla decided not to, and he was like, "Don't touch me," before you know, he was pushing him, and nobody even know all of the stories. But the thing is that the two parents, or parents in generally, have everything, to do here. And there are so many cases where this incident happens between both pan colored and black people, and a black person, because you're a white person, you're getting away with it. And now is a case of a black child being now they want justice, but when the table turns, they just want you to, like, oh, it's just to fighting, that it's they're defending themselves. Like, do to others what you know that when they do to you, you are not going to get offended. I feel so sorry for the both families, because these both families are the ones suffering. But meanwhile, I think it's actually a time for people to talk to their communities, to talk to their offspring, to talk to their kids. There's no joy in bullying. You getting bullied or being the one bullied, it has so many negative effects. Anyway, lovely listener, just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. Like, and I will see you, lovely listener, I upload the next one.